Welcome to Cloth Photography Week. So, this week is going to challenge you to tell a narrative or a story using cloth. So, for example, in this photo, the woman appears to be floating on a clothesline. To take this kind of picture, you would need to take an image of just the clothing and then another image of or sorry, the first image needs to be of the background with the clothing line, everything set up. And then the second picture is your person, maybe standing on a stool. And then you would put those two images together in Photoshop and erase the stool. So when you're doing these photos, I want you to come up with an interesting idea or concept. It should visually include cloth at some point. The emphasis should be on the story using cloth. So if we look at the image on the left, the image is kind of like funny, weird, whimsical, and the cloth is kind of floating in the air with balloons taking her away. Image on the right is almost a completely different story. So this image is a little more sensual. It's using lace, but the way the light is hitting the lace creates this interesting shadow effect. Here's some more images that are very similar to that first slide. In order to take an image like this, image one would be of all your props, including the dress, the trunk, the cat, the pictures. So that would be image one. You, as the photographer, are not moving. And then image two, your model would come in exactly where that dress is, lay the dress on top of her, and then you would simply Photoshop those two images together. Again, the emphasis is kind of on the storyline here. So you're using cloth to tell a story. That cloth could be clothing, it could be an accessory, it can be anything that's textured that is trying to do something with the character. So these are all really good examples. Now, your cloth can be see-through, it doesn't have to be opaque. These images are created with using a just plain white background and then a sheer cloth. And to get that silhouette-like effect, the light is coming from behind the viewer. Here's some more examples. If you notice, the image on the right is hugging the shape of the person. Same thing with these ones. And you can use as much or as little photoshopping as you'd like. What's nice about the image on the right, it almost looks like a faded painting until she takes her hand and reaches slightly above the cloth to kind of hold herself. What I like about these images here is the color and the white balance. It has a textural quality and a ghost-like feel. When using your models, make sure that they can also breathe as well. So I gave you a couple ideas. Use Pinterest as inspiration. You don't have to necessarily use a model, but a lot of people do. So if you have any questions, let me know.